security events,
She makes like 1 million.
military. And, maybe there's a way, I don't know. I'm so worried about her finances now going to trial, but maybe there's a way they can carve out a life for one another. And they just have a simple life, They buy a house out in Palm Springs.
Hmm.
They wake up in the desert together with their German shepherds. She has her son, who's
Not Tiago. R.I.P. Tiago. He's gone.
R.I.P. Tiag. Her son's an LAPD officer. I mean, maybe and maybe he'll have a grandkid. She becomes a grandma. And maybe life is very good that way.
Listen, it's good like that for most people. I mean, the woman herself has told us many times that it has to be for money, but you got some hope for Erika there. And I really like this. I really like what you are showing us. Okay. I really like what you are showing us over there for Erika Jayne. And she's a good woman, right? That Erika Jayne, I mean, not everyone thinks so. They think she's a little bit of a scammer, but there
No.
you go. There you go, Sarah. Well, Teddy has a message for the RH. Emily Simpson, the Ratatouilles. That means you, Emily and Gina, the Ratatouilles. And well, Mr. Bro has actually been very supportive of Tamara. Very good friend, apparently, to Tamara. But Teddy says, listen up, RHOC, Ratatouilles, Emily and Gina, and the rest of you. I don't get it. I don't get it.
What don't you
You
get?
know, well, it's not me. Teddy has said this. I don't get it. Ratatouille's Emily and Gina and the rest of you. They see their friend Tamra. She's struggling to such an extent. So now Tamra's not just a victim. Teddy is now pushing forward the narrative that Tamra's a victim.
Okay.
Why is nobody helping her? I'm watching the show. I have to for two T's. I don't really want to, but I have to because I like my job and I make money of it. Why is no one on the cast helping Tamra? I could have been part of these conversations. I think she means like she could have been on the show, but I knew better. I mean, if you want to see someone who is a mess, see me on a shit ton of prednisone. Um,
Tamara has, look, I know Tamara and Teddy have their own separate relationship. And again, our friend Carlos King, our mutual friend, says Tamara is awesome in real life. The problem is she
well,
doesn't have that persona on TV and she has no goodwill with these women. They all have said over and over they're afraid of her.
mhm.
Our friend Jim Bellino, who's been on both of our podcasts, has come out and said, basically, no regrets. He has no regrets coming out and giving his opinion about her, and he has nothing good to say about her. I mean, I think there's an example of someone who is just, she's done everything she could to stay on reality TV. She's iconic. People love her. But I mean, I don't know where this whole thing of like how people expect her to have all these alliances and people to come to her defense. Now, I will say what I think is very smart of Tamara, because we know you have to have allies and friends, and Dubrow still is with her. But I
Mhm.
think this narrative of, I'm getting no sympathy. I'm going through the worst part of my
She's
life.
a
I'm
victim,
invariably.
apparently.
Yeah, I think there's something to that of like, oh, can we fire the person who's really trying, or can we give her one more season?
You think the rat's coming to her end?
No, I mean, I don't think I don't see with these franchises how they can let go of these dynasty people anymore. I mean,
Even
Next Gen
Bador.
NYC is working. I don't
Wah,
think it
wah.
or
You don't think wah wah is gonna go? What
Bador.
about, yeah,
No,
wah
I mean,
wah?
I agree. And Bedora to me is just such a disaster. Like she's such a mess. I mean, showing up late to the Gator, like she's just always like and that's her thing too. It's always like, she's always frazzled. She's always like a wreck.
You know
It's
who
like, girl, you're
also
60 something. Like, get it together. Like, get it together for half of the scenes?
get it together? And my problem with Tamra, Teddy still has more of her message. I'd like to continue, but my problem with Tamra is, I read somewhere recently, I love my inspirational quotes. I just got to filter all that housewife shit out of my shit on Instagram and I get the 80s and the 90s nostalgia and I get these really inspirational quotes. Lots of them I delete, but a lot of them I use here. But this one said, just because you had a really fucked up childhood doesn't mean you get to be an asshole as an adult. And I'm like, I love this. I don't want to hear about, oh, my childhood and I was this, my mother was on drugs and I was homeless. I don't give one rat's motherfucking small 1 inch cock. I don't give a fuck. Okay, your childhood was 59 years ago. I don't care how hard your fucking childhood was. Not even a little bit. Get it together. You're a grown fucking adult. And I'm just saying this to
Wow.
everyone. And if you didn't start the therapy at 13 or 18 or 23 and you didn't figure out life, I don't want to hear it. It's a life wasted. And we all end up in a goddamn box at the end of the day. So just because you had a fucked up childhood, guess what? A lot of people did. That's no excuse to be a perpetual victim or an asshole as an adult. So that's the problem I have with Tamra. Lots of people have lost children to cancer. Mothers, fathers, younger sisters, younger brothers, cousins, husbands. People's husbands fell off the 9/11 World Trade Center. I know someone whose love of their life who fell out the window. Life happens. It's not good. So you're not the only person that has a friend going through a very serious cancer. Yes, I have some sympathy for you, but no more. Okay?
I think
Yeah,
it's her storyline.
and
I think
why are
it's
we all
storyline.
over Rinna and Munchausen? This is now Munchausen's. This is now Munchausen's by proxy. Okay? Yeah, I said it. Okay? You want me riled up? Here I
You're
am.
right.
Yeah.
I get what Tamara's trying to do. I think last year she had no empathy. She started in that nasty, nasty rumor about Ryan Boyajian, which was completely fake. Uh, Almost got sued again, but
Mhm.
issued a public apology at the reunions and prior. So they didn't pursue that. But I think this is a good. I think it's a. Do I know? Do I think it's effective? I don't know if it's effective, but I think it's a good storyline for Tamra of reckoning with her daughter Sydney, who still doesn't speak to her, I guess, or they don't have
The
much of
other
a relationship.
daughter, I don't really know the difference. The other daughter was just very outspoken. No,
Sophia.
is that what her name is? The other, well, the one that Sophia, is that the one that's, whichever one speaks to her was just on a podcast with her and said, I'm gonna look in the camera to answer this question because you're
Sophia.
now because you're now asking me, and I'm gonna look right in the camera. My mother, Tamara Judge, is a wonderful, wonderful woman. You don't know our lives. You don't see anything. You see a curated version of social media shit, which I mean, I agree with stuff like that. And you don't know her, and she is a wonderful, caring. I mean, Tamara was sitting there basically on the verge of crying, and I'm just like, how much did the fucking rat pay you to say all this? But she went on that her mother is just the salt of the earth and she is the kindest, most generous. So, to your point, your good friend over there, Carlos, apparently he's not the only one that the daughter says in real life, this is the most generous, wonderful person ever.